All right, my friends. Well, welcome back to another episode of Land Stories Live. I'm your host, Dave Denniston of Generation Family Properties, LLC, where our goal is to help hundreds of people like you own land. And most of all, we want to be able to tell your land story. Well, my friends, today we are going to take a step from our usual episode because of everything going on in the world right now. I'm recording this live on March 23rd, 2020. The audio version is probably coming out a whole month from now. And as we speak, there are a lot of people sick. There are people quarantined. There are people losing their jobs, and unfortunately, even some people passing away. So there's a lot of negativity going on out there right now. There's a lot of struggling, a lot of hard times for people. And I just want to do my part in trying to help by sharing just a few simple tactics and strategies and thoughts that hopefully can help even just a few folks work their way through this. And my friends, it all comes down to this. I have a simple message I want to deliver to you. There is hope. There is hope. We are in the midst of some darkness right now, and it can feel crushing. But my friends, light is at the end of the tunnel right now. So in this meantime, what can we do to combat this darkness, the depression, the anxiety, to navigate this incredibly uncertain environment we're in right now? Now, here are a few things that are helping me that I hope will help you too. So there's a few awesome resources that I use to try and keep myself positive, to try and to stay in a state of gratitude. I'm sharing my screen now for those of you that might want to check this out from the audio version. The first thing that I personally use this is a free resource, won't cost you a single penny, a podcast called Meditation Minis. It's by a gal named Shell Hamilton. She has tons and tons of episodes. And what I like about the Meditation Minis is that it is short, concise, 10 to 20 minutes. So you can fit this in, whether you are in the car, at home, just chilling. Maybe rather than watching the news, spend some time meditating. She has things on all kinds of subjects, everything from finances to health to kind of picturing yourself. So I really love what Shell does with Meditation Minis. I highly, highly, highly recommend this resource. You go to meditationminis.com. That's meditationminis.com. And we'll throw some links in the show notes for everyone that might be listening to this. So definitely do that. Second resource I want to share with you. This is a book that I have here that's by Ron Chernow. If you've ever seen or heard of the Hamilton Broadway show, this gentleman, Ron Chernow, who wrote this book on Ulysses S. Grant, also wrote the book on Hamilton that inspired Lin-Manuel Miranda to do Hamilton, was based off of a book by this gentleman. You can see it's a pretty darn thick book. This book is bigger than my head, pretty hefty. And what I think you'll get out of this book, which I am going to put up a link here on Amazon. What I think you'll get out of this book is inspiration. Ulysses S. Grant, you think of him as a president, as a general, as being someone super successful. And it wasn't always that way. As a matter of fact, what happened with Grant was that he was someone who had basically gotten down to pennies. He was so depressed. He was in the army and then got kicked out of the army because of some drinking problems. He was separated from his family for years. He was scrimping and scraping, just trying to get by. And then all of a sudden, they moved to Galena, Illinois, as the Civil War breaks out. And he somehow works his way into being a general. And he has to work his way up. He wasn't some high 5-star general. He started out pretty lowly and worked his way on up thanks to some friends that were in Congress. And I've read this book already once. This is my second time. You can kind of see where I'm in it about right now. I'm about halfway through. And just the humility this man has, the inspiration of maybe you're low right now, but maybe you're just not in the right place. And as you shift to doing different things, different skills, I think this book is just so inspirational. So I highly recommend it. And even Hamilton, that book itself too. But I think in particular in these times, this book on Grant is definitely worth reading. The third thing that I want to show you is I personally keep a journal. It's not too big, but what I have in this journal are, and this goes back about 5 years, where I was, at the time I was going through a pretty tough time. And what was recommended to me by someone was to go and write about some of the most amazing moments of your life, and then read those, live them, imagine yourself being back in them. And you can really have that positive energy as you focus on past positive experiences. So I'll just read you an entry from my journal here. I wrote the word confidence. After struggling but passing CFA level 1, I was absolutely determined to do everything in my power to smash level 2. I remember hours and hours and hours of study, taking classes and countless practice tests. I was more prepared than I had ever been to pass a test. The room was cavernous. I remember walking into the exam room with utter confidence and a little bit of nervousness. From the second I opened the test, I knew this stuff. Question after question I had seen and prepared for. It wasn't easy, but I knew my stuff. I even finished the afternoon session an hour early. I walked out of there with a very high degree of confidence that I passed that test. I was so ecstatic when I received the results. Passing with flying colors, I killed every section. Confidence. So to me, that story, the story that I wrote about here in my journal, was a time that I had confidence. And this came out of a time that I struggled, but I really had worked hard to gain my confidence. And so if I need to have some confidence, reinforce that for myself, I kind of go back to this story. And then I have other ones on enthusiasm and playfulness and poise and victory and warmth and sales success and a full calendar and love and passion and elation and power. Times I felt power, times I felt joy, times I felt hope, times I felt appreciated, times I felt elated, wonder, and so on and so forth. So you can see I think about these past experiences, and that really helps me a lot. There's a whole article here on a gratitude journal, which they give a lot of different suggestions on what that can look like. So I'm going to link this again in the show notes. This is on a website called positivepsychology.com. Positivepsychology.com. So definitely check that out. It gives you a lot of ideas of things you could do. Everything from listing 5 people in your life who are hard to get along with, and writing down one quality of each of them you are grateful for, materialistic items you are grateful for, who's done things for you this week, what food you're grateful for, elements of nature you're grateful for, writing a letter to someone who has positively impacted your life. So lots and lots and lots. And those are just a few of the ideas that they give there. The other thing that is particularly helpful to me is I think music has such a power in our energy and in our being. And so I just want to encourage you to really confess things over yourself. For me, I sometimes use Bible verses to do that, to build up in myself. And songs can have this same power. So I want to share with you some of the songs that I have, other songs that I am about to buy to get on my playlist to help keep me hopeful. This one is, and these have been a bunch of different genres. There's Hope by India Arie. If you love R&B, this is just an incredibly amazing, hopeful song that inspired the title of this journey that we are going through today. Hope Has a Name. This is actually a song that my church has. Incredibly hopeful song. Another song, Another in the Fire. Beautiful song. Favor of God. This is a hard one to find, but Eddie Hunt, I don't know if Eddie ends up listening to this or not, a friend of mine. This is just a beautiful, beautiful song that is inspiring. Brighter Day by Kirk Franklin. Here's a few more pop culture ones. Here Comes the Sun by the Beatles. A positive, uplifting song in these times. Pocket Full of Sunshine, a little more poppy. Just a beautiful song by Natasha Bedingfield. And then Dream On by Aerosmith. My friends, in this time, I think what we can do to dream and be positive and look with a glass half full. We got to acknowledge the reality of everything that is going on in the world right now. We can't ignore it. And certainly going to try and do my part to uplift people. If anyone is listening to this right now and you have bought land from us, you're paying us monthly. If something is going on in your life, please reach out and let me know. And let's talk to see what we can do to help you and what you are going through. If anyone else is listening to this and you want to buy land and maybe the payments that we have aren't working for you, maybe there's a way we can work it out so that it could. Certainly can't do that with every property, but if you want to be able to own land, you want to be able to get away, definitely I'd love to help you with that if that might be something holding you back. Outside of that, my friends, I just want you to end with this message. There is hope. In the midst of this darkness, there's light at the end of the tunnel. I hope that by just spending a few minutes together, giving a few resources and thoughts, stepping away from our usual strategy of talking about a piece of land. Today, we're just shoving that all aside. And I hope that these strategies and thoughts and tactics and resources can help you. So if there's something that you love, if there's something that is helping you, I would love for you to share that with me. And so we can pass that on to the community of everyone here. And just know that we are here for you as a business. And we're going to be trying to make some contributions to the community with everything going on and trying to help individuals. So please give me a call or send me an email if you have things that you think are going to help other people, or if there is some way we can help you. Email is contact, CONTACT, @GENFAMproperties.com. That's contact @genfamproperties.com. Of course, you can give me a call at 775-234-2058. Again, that's 775-234-2058. All the best to you, my friends. Please stay in touch and let us know what we can do. Bye-bye.